Hi, my name is Thomas Kiley. I'm an independent candidate in the upcoming general election, standing in the Cork North Central Constituency. I've decided to put myself forward as I don't think that we're being represented by the current political system. We keep hearing that they have to make all these hard decisions on our behalf, but we don't get questioned about anything that's been made, any of these decisions that are being made. I feel that the people need to have a say on all issues arising, and that if the people of Cork North Central will put their trust in me, that I would stand up and fight for them. There would be no political party, there would be no whip system to stop me from standing up and fighting for the people of Cork North Central. 2 years ago, I ran in the local elections and missed out by 2 votes on the last seat in the constituency. So I know that every single vote counts. So I would ask people that if they can come out on the day and vote for Thomas Kiley, to please put your trust in me and that we can go on this journey together. Thank you.
Billy Kelleher, Fianna Fáil candidate, Cork North Central. Fianna Fáil is campaigning this general election to ensure that we can create a decent society where people can have access to decent jobs, to support enterprise, and to ensure that families and the services that they need are funded adequately so that people can feel confident that if anything happens to them, either in health, social welfare or education, that they know there will be services available to them. We also are very conscious of the fact that many communities out there feel under threat from crime and from other cuts to the services that communities depend on. So for those reasons, we honestly believe that Fianna Fáil is a party that can bring decency back into our society, ensure that the recovery is spread adequately and everybody feels that recovery. And finally, home ownership and homelessness are 2 issues that have to be addressed, and Fianna Fáil is the party that has the policies to ensure that people are adequately housed and those that find themselves in a homeless situation are not left on our streets.
My name is Darragh Murphy and I'm a Fine Gael candidate for Cork North Central. This country has been through a very difficult period, but we are now recovering. We know that recovery is not felt in every home in this country, and we want it to be felt in every home and every house. Cork is a great city with great people, and Cork now, neglected for so long, has finally emerged as a second engine for growth. We have seen huge positivity in our city with the Convention Centre, Páirc Uí Chaoimh, significant jobs announcements, the Port of Cork and our airport, all providing very, very positive developments for this great city and county. But anger and protest and negativity are not policies, and I would ask the people of Cork to vote for a positive party like Fine Gael that believes in our city and believes in our county. And I would ask you to vote for me, Darragh Murphy, who's worked very hard for this city, and I hope to continue to over the next 5 years.
My name is Councillor Jerky Han, and I am an independent candidate for Cork North Central. I am a Cork County Councillor based in Glanmire. I'm married to Brenda with 4 children, and I'm asking you for your vote on February 26th, because I firmly believe that I am the best placed to serve the people of this constituency due to my own life experience. Locally, I believe that patriotism begins in your own community, and I have worked tirelessly since being elected to Cork County Council on issues such as securing the derelict John Barleycorn site in Glanmire, standing up for residents opposed to unsustainable development in Ballyvlan, making our roads safer in Mayfield so our children can go to school without parents worrying about their safety, and the ongoing issues there with Nash's boring. The time has come for TDs to put the needs of Ireland's people first and not to be beholden by party loyalty and special interests to the detriment of the disenfranchised. I ask you humbly to vote for me on February 26th because I believe I can do you proud. Thank you.
My name is Jonathan O'Brien. I am the outgoing Sinn Féin TD for Cork North Central. Over the last 5 years, I have been a part of the Sinn Féin team in Leinster House, which has held this government to account on every issue. I have published several pieces of legislation in regards to homelessness, education, equality, and also in the area of justice. I am one of the Right to Change candidates standing in Cork North Central who offer the electorate a real alternative to the current policies of Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and Labour. We want to see a society which is built on equality and justice, and I feel that I have the attributes to help achieve that. So I would ask people of Cork North Central to vote Jonathan O'Brien number 1.
My name is Julie O'Leary and I'm your new Fine Gael candidate in Cork North Central. I come from a farming background and I now live in Victoria Cross. As a barrister, I'm used to working hard for those that I represent, and I want to be your new voice for Cork and work hard for you. This is an incredibly important election for Cork. Our county is on the cusp of a bright and sustainable future, but we need to continue to focus on creating jobs and developing our infrastructure. By doing this, Cork can continue to shine on a national and international stage. From my work in the Free Legal Advice Centre in Blackpool, I know that the recovery has yet to touch every home in Cork. But I am confident, and you should be too, that Fine Gael's plan to keep the recovery going will allow us to invest into our public services and to reward the hard work of the Irish people over the last 5 years. We can build an Ireland that we can all be proud of. I promise that as your TD, I'll work hard to make sure the recovery is felt by everybody. But to do that, I'm asking you for your number one vote in Cork North Central on the 26th of February. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Lynch. I'm the Labour Party TD for Cork North Central. I am also a Minister of State with responsibility for primary care, mental health and older people. The work I have begun in the last 5 years, I believe, is now beginning to show fruit. I'm asking you for your support and continue to support me in that work. On the 26th, I would very much appreciate it if you were to give me your number one vote. You can have progress or you can have constant protest. In my opinion, progress is the only way.
This is Councillor Mick Barry from Anti-Austerity Alliance, People Before Profit. I want to see a real recovery for ordinary people, not just for the super rich. So, end low pay, increase the minimum wage straight away to €12 an hour, scrap water charges and the property tax. Let's tackle the housing crisis, build social and affordable homes. We need real rent controls. We need a society which respects and trusts women. Repeal the Eighth Amendment. I have been a leading activist in the anti-water charges campaign. I have been jailed for my part in the campaign against bin charges. If elected to the Dáil, I will live on no more than the average industrial wage. I won't just talk the talk.
Hi, I'm Oliver Moran, and I'm the Green Party candidate for Cork North Central. I'm a software engineer and I live in Montanati with my wife Eva and our 3-year-olds. In 2010, I founded the Movement for a Second Republic. It's a campaign for political reform for and by people like you. Because now more than ever, Ireland needs transparent politics. Politics like the Green Party has consistently shown a commitment to democracy, social justice and long-term thinking. I believe that Ireland should set a responsible international example on issues such as climate change and peace. I believe in an economic model like a guaranteed basic income that puts people first. You'll find more about me on the web at www.oliver.ie. And if you want someone in the Dáil who lived and breathed the movement for change in Ireland, then please give me, Oliver Moran, your number one vote. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Paddy O'Leary and I'm the Renew Ireland candidate in Cork North Central. So why should you vote for Renew Ireland on the 26th? Or let me put it another way, why shouldn't you vote for Renew? Well, if you are happy with the health system, if you're prepared to let evictions and homelessness keep rising, if you're happy with auction politics, false promises, crippling taxes, cronyism and quangos, such as Irish Water. But if you want to vote for Renew and you really want political honest change, if you want white-collar crime treated as crime, if you want a properly staffed, funded and resourced Gardaí to deal with tackling crime, I ask you to visit our website, renewireland.com, and see our election manifesto and policies. And thank you for listening.
Councillor Ted Tynan, Workers' Party candidate in the forthcoming general election for Cork North Central. The main issues that we are campaigning on would be the housing crisis, the privatisation of water, health services, and child minding services, etc., etc. You know, in relation to housing, we demand that the state would set up, the government would set up a state construction company to build social housing directly through the local authorities. Health and social care is another issue coming up, mental health, etc. And we, again, public health is suffering as a result of the privatisation agenda. Workers' rights are another thing, decent wages for decent work. Education, as I've already said, is under serious threat of privatisation. And jobs must be created. We can create tens of thousands of jobs through direct investment by the state, setting up state companies to create work for our people.
I am Sinn Féin Councillor Thomas Gould, and I am a general election candidate for Cork North Central. We will be fighting this general election campaign on a number of issues. Housing is a huge issue, the issue of a lack of social, affordable housing and private rented accommodation. And also the issue of homelessness, which has never been as big as it is today. Also the issue of water charges is still a major issue for Cork North Central, and myself and my colleague Jonathan O'Brien have been leading the campaign against Irish water and the water charges. And what Sinn Féin are saying is, within the first 100 days, if we get into government, we will abolish Irish water. Gardaí and security and burglaries is a major issue also. And prescription charges is something that we're looking to eliminate if we're elected. So we're asking the people of Cork North Central to vote for change, vote for me, Thomas Gould, and Sinn Féin.
Hello, my name is Peter O'Loughlin. I'm standing for Identity Ireland in Cork North Central. Identity Ireland is, and I am, the only candidate who will speak out against the insane immigration policies which we see today in Ireland and Europe, the autocracy of the EU, and spreading Islamic extremism. In fact, we are so committed to speaking out against these issues and for the Irish people that we have even been physically assaulted. I myself was hospitalised by a bunch of left-wing thugs in Dublin minutes before I was due to speak at a public demonstration against extremism and the migrant invasion we're experiencing. We're the only ones who will stand up and say that the Irish should come first in their own country, which is the correct way for a mature nation to operate. My opponents don't have the moral courage or strength to stand up for our interests. In fact, they all support this madness which is infecting Ireland and Europe today. It's time for a bit of good old-fashioned patriotism, and I'm the only one who can give that to you. Just look for the lad on the ballot paper with the stitches above his left eye. Thank you.
My name is Mick Murphy. I'm running as an independent in Cork North Central. The reason I'm running is I think that politics has gone stale and predictable and boring, and I want to try and do something to maybe change that. And to that effect, I'm not putting up posters, and I have not availed of the free letter available to every candidate. So that's a considerable saving to the taxpayer of about €30,000. I have a petition with the EU Parliament against Irish water, and that's the kind of issues that I'll be running for in the Dáil if I'm successful. So a vote on Friday for Mick Murphy would be a vote for someone like yourself in Dáil Éireann.